At 82, I've gathered plenty of life lessons, but there's one decision I wish I could take back: moving into a nursing home. At the time, it felt like the right thing to do. My family encouraged it, assuring me I'd have comfort, safety, and everything I needed, and I trusted them. But once I got there, I quickly realized the truth was far different from what I expected. Maybe you're thinking about this choice for yourself, or for someone you love. Maybe it seems like the safest or most convenient path. But before you take that step, I want to share 6 things I wish someone had told me ahead of time. Because the reality is, moving into a nursing home doesn't just change your address, it changes everything. And getting back out? It's not as easy as it sounds. Stick with me to the end. These lessons might surprise you. And if you know someone on the verge of making this decision, this message could be exactly what they need to hear. Let's begin. Regret number 1: losing my independence. What shocked me the most wasn't the small room, the fixed meal times, or even the unfamiliar faces. It was the sudden loss of control over my own life. Before the move, I had routines. I chose when to wake up, what to eat, and how to spend my day. I could go for a walk whenever I liked, cook my favorite meal, or simply relax with a book in my favorite chair. But once inside the nursing home, that freedom disappeared. Everything ran on their schedule, not mine. Breakfast was served at a set time, even if I wasn't hungry. Lights out came, whether I was ready for bed or not. Even simple things, like going outside, required permission. And usually, a wait until someone was free to help. Choosing what to wear or eat began to feel less like a right and more like a privilege. I remember my first week. I woke up in a bed that didn't feel like mine, reached for the book I'd been reading at home, and looked around. Nothing felt familiar. My books, my chair, the little comforts I had spent a lifetime collecting, all gone. In their place, sterile walls and a bed I didn't choose. And in that moment, it hit me. This wasn't my home anymore. The worst part? Once you give up your independence, reclaiming it is nearly impossible. You adapt because you have no other choice. You stop questioning the dinner menu. You stop asking to go outside. You fall in line with their routine, and slowly, you start to disappear. So if you're thinking about moving into a nursing home, ask yourself this: are you truly ready to let go of the little freedoms that make your life your own? Because once they're gone, you'll miss them more than you ever imagined. Regret number 2: feeling forgotten. One of the most painful realities of nursing home life is this: the outside world doesn't pause for you. When I first moved in, my family promised regular visits, and in the beginning, they came often. My daughter would stop by weekly. My grandkids visited on weekends. For a while, I still felt connected to my old life, but time passed, and the visits became fewer. My daughter started calling instead of coming. My grandchildren got busy with school and work. The hardest days? Holidays. Everyone said they'd come, but something always came up. Plans changed, and suddenly, I found myself sitting in the common room, alone, watching others stare at the door, hoping today would be the day. Someone remembered them. It's not that my family stopped loving me. Life just kept moving. And when you're not around, it's easy for people to assume you're fine, that you've adjusted, that you don't need as much attention. But here's the truth. The longer you stay in a nursing home, the easier it is for people to forget that you still need them. I remember one evening, sitting alone in my room, holding my phone, I stared at it, wondering if I should call my son. But I didn't want to seem needy. I didn't want to remind him that I was still here, waiting, hoping, for a visit that might never come. So I put the phone down. And that's when it really hit me. This was my life now. Watching the days pass, hoping someone would remember that I still mattered. If you're considering a nursing home, ask yourself honestly, are you prepared for the loneliness? Because no matter how deeply your family loves you, once you're no longer in their daily lives, it's far too easy to be forgotten. If you're still watching, and these words are resonating, please comment number 2 below. It lets me know you're here, and that this message is reaching someone who needs it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, take a moment to do that now, and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any of our future videos. Now let's continue. Regret number 3, losing my sense of purpose. When I first moved into the nursing home, I thought the change was just about where I lived. I didn't realize it would also change why I lived. Back at home, I had things to do. I had routines, I had purpose. Small tasks, like watering the plants, brewing my own coffee, or straightening up my room, gave me a reason to get out of bed each day. But in the nursing home, those daily rituals vanished. Meals were brought to me. Someone else did the cleaning. The plants? They weren't mine anymore. It's far too easy to be forgotten. At first, I told myself it would be nice. No more chores, just rest. But after a couple of weeks, the stillness became unbearable. The days dragged on, long, slow, empty. I saw it in the eyes of others too. People who had once been lively, now just sat, waiting for time to pass. There was a man named George, 84 years old, a retired carpenter. Back home, he was always fixing something, working on projects in his garage. But here, there were no tools, no workbench, nothing for him to build. I watched him slowly fade. His hands, once calloused and steady, now rested idle in his lap. "I feel useless," he said one afternoon, and I understood exactly what he meant. When you no longer have something to take care of, something that gives your life direction, everything starts to dim. Your mind slows down, your body follows, and before long, you begin to feel like just another name on a chart, stuck in a place where time moves, but meaning disappears. So if you're thinking about a nursing home, ask yourself, what gives your life meaning? What makes you feel alive? Because once you step through those doors, finding purpose again isn't just about passing the time. It's about holding on, fiercely, to the parts of you that still want to live. Regret number 4. My health declined faster than I expected. Before moving in, I was in decent shape for my age. No, I wasn't running marathons, but I could take care of myself. I took daily walks, made my own meals, and had routines that kept me active. Grocery shopping, morning stretches, just walking around the house to keep my legs strong. These were simple routines I used to do every day, but once I moved into the nursing home, all of that changed. At first, it felt like I was just taking a well-earned break. Meals were delivered. I no longer had to stand over a hot stove. If I needed something, all I had to do was press a button, and someone would come to help. But what I didn't realize was that the less I did for myself, the more my body began to weaken. I stopped moving as much. My legs started to feel stiff. I found myself sitting more than I ever had, and before I knew it, Something as simple as standing up from a chair became a challenge. The strength I had spent years building vanished faster than I could have imagined. And it wasn't just me. I watched the same thing happen to others. People who had walked in on their own began using walkers and then wheelchairs. Those who once lived independently now needed help with tasks they used to handle easily. The more assistance we received, the more dependent we became. I think about Alice, my neighbor. She was 81 and full of life when she arrived. She took daily walks and often said, "I'm not slowing down just because of my age." But after a few months, I saw a change. She walked less. Then came the walker. Eventually, the wheelchair. One day, she looked at me and said, "I don't know when it happened, but I feel like I aged a decade in just a few months." And that's exactly what it felt like. When you stop using your body, you start losing it. In a nursing home, where everything is set up for convenience, it's easy to forget that movement isn't just about comfort, it's about staying alive. If I had known how quickly my strength would fade, I would have pushed myself harder. I would have kept moving, stretching, walking, even when I didn't feel like it. So, if you're thinking about moving into a nursing home, ask yourself this: will you still be motivated to stay strong when everything around you is designed to make things easy? Because once you slow down, getting back up becomes a lot harder than you think. If you're still watching, and this message is resonating with you, please comment number 4 below. It helps me know that these words are reaching someone who needs them. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. Turn on the bell so you don't miss future videos. Your support means everything. It's what helps us keep creating content that informs, uplifts, and inspires. Now let's keep going. Regret number 5, losing my privacy and dignity. One of the things I never fully thought through before moving into a nursing home was how much privacy I'd be giving up. Back at home, I had my own space at home. I could close my bedroom door, sit in peace, and do everything on my own terms. But in a nursing home, privacy becomes something rare, something you can't always count on. From the moment I arrived, I felt like I was constantly under supervision. Staff coming in and out, scheduled room checks, shared spaces, where you're almost never alone. Even basic personal tasks, like getting dressed or using the bathroom, often required someone else's help. I understood. They were just doing their jobs. But it's hard, deeply hard, to accept help for things you've handled independently your whole life. That first week, I remember how strange it felt to ask for permission to do simple things. Want to take a shower? You might have to wait until someone's available. Need the restroom? Press the call button. And then wait. Sometimes longer than you'd expect. Even meals came with limitations. If you didn't like what was on the tray, there weren't many other options. And choice? That started to feel like a thing of the past. Then there's the issue of roommates. Not everyone gets a private room, and living with someone you didn't choose, day and night, can be tough. I was fortunate. My roommate was kind, but I heard stories from others, of people placed with roommates who were noisy, unclean, or struggling with severe cognitive decline that made restful sleep nearly impossible. No matter how hard you try to personalize your room, it never truly feels like it belongs to you. Dignity is one of those things you don't realize you're losing until it's already gone. People knock, but don't always wait for a response before coming in. You're spoken to like a patient, not a person. Your daily life is ruled by routines and schedules you didn't create. And over time, it changes you. you begin to feel less like yourself and more like just another name on a chart. So if you're thinking about a nursing home, ask yourself, are you truly prepared to give up the privacy and self-direction you've known your entire life? Because once those things are gone, they're incredibly difficult to reclaim. Regret number 6, realizing it's much harder to leave than you think. When I first moved in, I told myself it was just a trial run. I thought I'd stay a little while, see how things went, and if it didn't suit me, I'd simply go back home. But I had no idea how difficult it would be to get out once I was already in. In the beginning, it seemed like a simple decision. If it didn't feel right, I'd just return to my house. But home wasn't the same anymore. The place sat empty. Keeping up with maintenance from afar had become a challenge. My children had already started making changes, selling items they assumed I no longer needed. There was even talk of renting it out. When I brought up the idea of moving back, the hesitation was clear. Are you sure you can handle it on your own? Wouldn't it be safer to stay here? We just want what's best for you. And then, there was my body. Months of not cooking, not cleaning, not walking much, had taken their toll. I wasn't as strong as I used to be. My independence had faded. And now, returning home felt far more daunting than it had ever been before. I wasn't as sure of myself anymore. I doubted whether I could handle living alone, and that fear kept me from leaving. And I wasn't the only one. I met others who'd come in thinking they'd stay temporarily. Just try it out. But they soon realized that getting out wasn't as easy as walking back through the door. The longer you stay, the harder it becomes to readjust to life outside. Some lost the option entirely. Their homes were sold, their savings drained by the cost of care. And just like that, the possibility of going back disappeared. That's what no one tells you. Moving into a nursing home feels like a decision you can undo, but for many people, it's not. Over time, that place becomes your entire world, and the life you used to know, your home, your routines, your freedom, begins to feel like a distant dream. So if you're thinking about moving into a nursing home, ask yourself honestly, are you ready for the fact that leaving might not be as simple as it sounds? Because once you settle in, the walls can feel higher than you expected, financially, physically, and emotionally. If you're still with me, and this video has been meaningful to you, please comment number 6 below, so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Turn on the notification bell, so you never miss a video that's meant to help, inform, and inspire. Now, a few final thoughts. I don't regret growing older, but I do regret believing a nursing home was my only choice. I walked in hoping for safety, comfort, and peace of mind. What I found instead was a world that quietly stripped away the things that made me feel like me. My independence, my privacy, my purpose. Does that mean all nursing homes are bad? No. For some, especially those with complex health needs, they provide essential care and support. But before you make that decision, for yourself or a loved one, think deeply about what's being given up. Because once you move in, life doesn't go back to what it was. If I had the chance to do it all over again, I would have fought harder to stay in my own home. I would have explored other support options, things that didn't require giving up my freedom. I would have made sure I truly needed to be there before making a move I couldn't easily reverse. So if this is a crossroads you're facing, please take the time to ask, is this truly what's best for me? Or is it simply what seems easiest right now? Because the life you have, your routines, your choices, your independence, is something worth protecting for as long as you can. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you took away from this video and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your voice matters. Reading your comments is one of the most rewarding parts of what we do. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Your support helps us continue making meaningful content to inform and inspire. Thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.